Yeah, there you go, there you go. Come on in, come on in. All the beautiful students from Riverdale High School. Hey guys. Okay. Going in. Like that camera, sir.
Thank you.
Very nice, very nice. Very nice. Two of the founders right here. And I'm holding the camera. Okay, everybody good?
Yes.
Look at that. Look at all this enthusiasm. Everybody good?
Yes, we're excited.
Okay, good, good, good. All right, we are rolling.
Okay, everyone, as I was telling you on the shuttle, this is Dr. Richard Dukes. He is the Medical Director of Clayton County. He is also your emergency room physician. So when you're at home and something gets broken or hurt, or you go right to the emergency room, this is one of the physicians that you'll see over in Clayton County. So, Dr. Dukes, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Richard Dukes, and I am Medical Director of Clayton County over there, Fire and EMS. So, like she said, it's Southern Regional. I work in the emergency department there. I work at other emergency rooms around Atlanta, one on the north side Hospital, Cherokee, and then you guys are meeting me here today because I just opened this clinic, and unfortunately I couldn't leave today. Me and Jackie, who's my administrative assistant, are here today. So. But we do lots of things, emergency rooms, we have urgent cares. Like I said, we're over at the fire department. I think you guys are going to the fire department after this, correct?
Correct.
They're going to take you up on the training hill. You'll love that. They have everything from railroad cars to flipped over cars, burning buildings, everything there. So they can show you how the paramedics and firemen are trained. They have tunnels you crawl through, everything like that. So it's a lot of fun. You'll have a good time down there. I wish I could join you, but I couldn't leave today. So.
So if you want to give them a...
Wait.
Oh, Jackie, I'm sorry.
Step forward, Jackie, step forward.
Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm his assistant, and I guess my title is Executive Administrator. I help him with all of the facilities that he's at. I set up the insurance contracts and train the staff. I coordinate all the marketing and advertising and you name it, I do it. He sees patients and I help him get the patients.
So, this is a smaller facility, so we'll kind of have to probably break up in groups of probably 6 or 7 and take you back and
Following Dr. Dukes, his beautiful facility. And we are going on a quick tour. Beautiful floors.
I'll let everybody come around.
And this is the
x-ray room right here. Well, what happens is when you're doing x-rays, either the person lays down on the table and this moves along the person so I can shoot an x-ray. This right here will be against this wall, so if I need to do a chest x-ray or something like that, they basically stand against this platform in the x-ray. This flips up and it shoots an x-ray through the person. And then the computer terminal over there where I can just pull all the x-rays up and look at them and change them on the computer system. But this is basically an x-ray room, just a simple x-ray room for you.
So you can see if they got like a hairline fracture or...
We're looking for basically broken bones, fractures. Believe it or not, sometimes kids swallow things. We want to see where that penny is that the kid swallowed, so we'll do an x-ray to make sure it's not stuck up here. We want to see it's down in the abdomen somewhere so we know they're going to pass it okay. This is just a simple storeroom. Obviously, in an urgent care setting or emergency room setting, you need certain supplies that you don't need on people. And a lot of that is splinting. We have crutches that people go home on. And then we'll put these kind of splits on. It's like a half cast that we use. It's called fiberglass. So if you break your ankle, basically what I'll do is I'll put a fiberglass splint that kind of goes up here, and then we wrap it with ace wraps, and you go home with that until you see the orthopedic doctor. And they'll put you in a more permanent cast. But we only do half because we want you to be able to allow to swell. So you don't get any potential injury from that. So that's why we put like a half cast on in the emergency room. Lots of things we can do. Like I said, we suture cuts up, we clean them out. We have lots of things to clean wounds with. We have splints for wrist splints, ankle injuries. You'll see needles up there because we use a lot of medicines in urgent care. We give shots of different kind of medications to treat things. And then mainly it's just a lot of it's just wound care. So you'll see a lot of gloves and a lot of dressings. But that's basically it for the storeroom. Obviously we take blood pressures and listen to hearts. This thing right here, if you put it on your finger, it basically tells you what your O2 saturation is. So it tells me how well you're breathing and exchanging the gases. And it's very simple. You just put it on the finger it shoots a little red beam through your fingernail, and it measures that concentration of oxygen in just that little thing right there. It's very simple.
Do that thing hurt?
No, it doesn't hurt. It's just, here, put your finger right here real quick. Turn it on, just like that. And then if you'll watch it, it's going to give you a little waveform. You see that little blue line going across the bottom? I'm just going to let you hold it. And then it will start measuring. You'll see numbers coming up on it. And those numbers basically say one's your heart rate and one's your oxygen saturation. And so we use that on a lot of people. Anybody's got asthma or anything like that, we want to know what their heart rate is and what their saturation is. And it's just that. You just put it on the fingers.
Sometimes I have trouble breathing, but I don't have asthma. So what is that?
It depends on if you're sick. You can have bronchitis and upper respiratory infection. A lot of the allergies sometimes make people have a little shortness of breath. Sometimes just because they get so, a lot of inflammation. So it could be something like that. So, and sometimes people have mild asthma. They don't realize it. They have exercise-induced asthma. So if you're ever out exercising or running or playing in PE sports and you start feeling like you're wheezing a little bit, you may have exercise-induced asthma. You've just never been diagnosed with it. So that's my office in there. If y'all just want to look, it's just basically an office where my computer's done it. There's nothing special about it. So
That's a nice portrait.
thank you. Yeah, I'm taking flying lessons, and so I
Got golf clubs in here and everything.
golf clubs and everything.
Okay, I gotta get the. This is Dr. Duke's office. He's very eclectic. Look at that. Even a propeller on the wall. Look at it. Look at the propeller, guys. Look at the propeller. That is cool. And this is his certifications. Y'all look at his certifications. He's very educated. Look at that. This is impressive stuff. He has worked very, very hard to get where he is.
Yeah. I actually trained in Detroit at the trauma center in Detroit, where I worked at. And then when I got done with I was chief resident there. When I got done with residency, I stayed on teaching at the university and was teaching trauma. So my background is trauma. And worked in the trauma center in Detroit, which was amazing.
Very nice office.
So.
Hi guys, enjoying yourself? Yeah.
So when a patient comes in, we would
There's going to be some sort of table. These are electric tables, so these are operated either by handheld or that. They come up and down, lay down, whatever you need to do. Tables all have, so you can lay it down, the person can lay out. They have stirrups when you need to do pelvic exams and other types of exams. And then for the most part, it's just simple stuff. I'm usually looking in mouths, I'm listening to lungs and heart, I'm looking in ears and stuff like that. So there's just supplies in here for that. But they're just basically just set up rooms like that. Sometimes if somebody needs something sewn up or a splint put in, then I pull those supplies in and we do that in the room here. So yeah, but that's basically it for an exam room. Most of the exam rooms are pretty simple and pretty across the board the same. Even in the emergency room, they're fairly similar. Just a few more supplies.
One more question. Go ahead.
I've always been meaning to ask doctors this. Like when you have patients that come in that are kind of difficult, what advice would you give to a doctor in the process how to handle it?
Good question. Yeah, I'm sure he sees those.
In the emergency room, that happens a lot. And it can be various reasons. People are upset for lots of different reasons. It could have been something that happened at home. They were brought to the emergency room not under their own control because they were mad and the police were called or whatever. Other times you're just upset about the injury or being sick or something like that. So there's lots of reasons people wind up in the emergency room.
Or the weight.
Or the wait. That's a good thing. A lot of times waits can be several hours. So by the time that patient gets back to me, they're already mad. They're already mad because I've been waiting on you, doctor, to get in this room. Been waiting 4 hours out there to see you. And so the main thing is just understand, let people talk. Don't try and butt, let them talk, let them kind of get it out of what they're upset about. But just make them realize that you can explain the situation. Just let them know that, man, I was involved in an emergency case. I could not get out of that room. Sometimes, and most people accept those things, and you just apologize. I mean, I would not want to wait 4 hours, and when a patient has to wait 4 hours to see me, I apologize. First thing I'm like, I am sorry for your wait the minute I walk into the room. And most of the time, that will relieve that frustration they had. And then if you'll just take care of them, be friendly to them, be nice, try and give them what they need because they came there to you for a reason. And a lot of times it's not even a prescription. You think, oh, I need a prescription, but a lot of times it's just them sitting down with the physician, talking about why they're there, and then you explaining whether they need anything or they don't need anything for it. So.
Well, I think that's phenomenal, Dr. Dukes. And one thing I want to tell you, with your personality, you're very calming. And a lot of doctors in the field have a God complex. And the fact that you are able to relate to people on a human basis and say, I am sorry for the 4-hour wait, and you can empathize with these individuals, I think it is a phenomenal job that you are doing, sir.
Right. I think if you'll just let them know that you're there to take care of them and there to try and answer their questions, that most people are going to accept that. They're going to kind of get over their frustration at that point. So.
Okay, beautiful.
You're talking about the front desk, that's really the backbone of your operation, because everybody, even physicians or anything, or emergency rooms, urgent cares, you're there as a business and you're there to try and make money to survive and to pay your employees. And so when people first come in, you'll basically get their insurance arrangements, and people do pay cash for this, or they're self-pays. But basically, this is where you take all the demographic information, their name, their address, you get their insurance, you take their co-pays, and this allows you to stay in business. So this component right here is very important. And you know, a lot of people who are interested in medicine or thinking about those fields, sometimes it's a very good idea to get a job in a medical office, even if you're doing this to begin with, because it gets you in that environment. You kind of learn what medicine's about. So.
Okay, so you're providing a wonderful service for the community. You're helping to save lives, you're helping to give opportunities. And has anybody learned something today? What has stuck out to you guys? I want to get some feedback from group one. What's, you know, one thing that stuck out to you? What's your name and what stuck out to you?
Well, my name is China. Everything stuck out to me. I like the rooms and everything.
Well, thank you, China. Yes, ma'am.
Well, my name is Raven Ray.
Raven.
And if I had to evaluate everything that I've seen today,
yes, ma'am,
I would have to say the thing that stuck out the most,
yes,
I suppose, would probably be his beautiful answer to the question I had asked about how he handles patients who are a little bit difficult. Because I've always been curious when I watch, you know, different ER shows and they're all feisty.
Yes.
And I just wondered, you know, how doctors handle that. So I enjoyed his answer. So that was about that.
And that was very eloquent. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Name and what stuck out to you?
My name is Chichi Obi, and what stuck out to me today was actually the facility, because I expected an urgent care to be more like an ER. Like, I expected a whole bunch of people running in and out and a lot of different activities, because that's what I expect. That's what I see in an ER. So the fact that it was different from an ER but so similar in what they treat, that surprised me.
Beautiful. Young lady, name and what?
Ellen, and what stuck out to me is everything I learned what an urgent care is.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay.
My name is Kiana, and to piggyback off what she said, what stuck out to me was that you would think that it would be such a fast-paced, moving system, but it's really not, and it's really like, it's the down step from the emergency room, and I didn't know that. And he really stuck out to me too. He seemed like a genuine person. Like, I wonder if all doctors are like him. We should have more doctors like him.
He's very real and likable.
Yes.
Yes.
My name is Jamesia. What stuck out to me was about the college thing, because I really don't know what I'm going to do, but this is kind of like another idea, because I want to work in like kind of like the medical field.
Yeah.
This was a car accident that happened down in Clayton County.
Clayton County.
The car had careened off the road into a gully, and at that point, they'd had the helicopter on the ground. He had been in the car for 2 hours, and they could not get him out. What had happened, he had such intrusion into the vehicle that he was trapped. The motor, the console, everything was sitting on top of him. And so they could not get him. He was unconscious. He was intubated, which means there was a tube down his throat and they were breathing for him. I got called to the scene because they couldn't get him out of the car, and they basically wanted me to remove his leg so we could get him to the facility, to a hospital, trauma center, and get him treated. So I went to the scene. He was stable, and so what I decided to do was, he was an 18-year-old kid and trapped in this car. I just said, let's keep trying to see if we can get him out. And so what we did was, we tried for another 45 minutes, and we're actually able to release him, flew him out, got him to a trauma center. He broke pretty much most bones in his body, but he did great. We had, a year later, at an awards, him and his family came. He walked up on stage. He was in college, doing well. And so that just shows you how medicine is. There's so many things to, you know, unfortunately I could have taken this kid's leg off and changed his life. But he, you know, just being having a physician on scene to help them, help the firefighters make calls that, okay, let's give this a little bit more time, give him a little bit more time. This kid's doing great.
Let's take a look at the picture here. Okay, and the young ladies have seen this already. Okay, and this is the scene that you're referring to, Dr.
Yeah,
Dukes?
this is the scene. You can see the car surrounded by the firemen, paramedics.
Yes, sir.
That's me right there.
Okay, that's you right there. Okay.
Patient's head is in my hand, so he's entrapped. This is the front of the car here, going toward the back of the car that way. So.
Okay, and in this picture right here, sir?
Again, that's a side view, front of the car. That's me right here, surrounded by the paramedics. And you can just basically tell the car itself is just demolished. There's really nothing. And unfortunately, the patient, he's laying right here. He's still entrapped in the car. So.
And you guys were able to save his life.
We were.
So. And he is in college now, moving on with his life.
He's completely doing fine. Everything healed. He's in college and doing great.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Dr. Dukes. Saving lives, helping his community and providing opportunities, okay? All right.
All righty.
We're going to get one.
Your name, ma'am?
My name is Chichiobi.
Chichiobi? Okay. So tell me about it. You were the young lady that came up to me and said, this is much different than reading it in the book. Could you expand on that for me?
Well, I take healthcare science in my high school, and usually we read about the occupations in the health system, like trauma care, first responder, physician, veterinarian, any job in the field of healthcare. And so when you read about it, you hear all this information, how they treat people, and you read and you understand, but it's different from actually coming to a facility and talking to a doctor and getting firsthand experience and like how to make decisions. Like the story he was telling us about how the boy was trapped in the car and they were thinking of chopping off his leg in order to free him. Had I been in that situation and I only had read a book and not had been in practice before, I wouldn't have known what to do because the book does not give you a specific example of what to do in that situation. So I like the fact that we have been blessed with the opportunity by the Victor Sims Foundation to come here and actually learn about these things.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay, we just finished up at Dr. Duke's office, and it is Physicians Express Care out here in Johns Creek. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Riverdale High School.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Victor Sims Foundation founders, Orlando Hall, Toby George, and me, YG Nyghtstorm. V for Victor. V for Victor. And we are out. Thank you. Oh, yeah.